Welcome to Fridays at the Front. I'm Will. This is a collaboration between the Shenandoah Valley Battlefields Foundation and Civil War Digital Digest. We want to bring great stories to you from out of the valley and invite you here to see them for yourself. Today, I'm in front of the Yonley house on the west side of the Battle of 2nd Winchester, June 14th, 1863. It's a Sunday. The Yonley family has only been here for several months. Samuel Yonley, patriarch of the family, is a well-to-do farmer in Hampshire County, West Virginia. It was Hampshire County, Virginia before the war. Dad is too old to go into Confederate service, but he helps raise and equip the first Confederate company out of Hampshire County. In late 1861 or early 1862, the family house is burnt by Federals who know they have Confederate sympathies. Samuel sees this coming and moves his enslaved persons and livestock east toward Winchester, and he acquires this house. The girls move with the family, and they're here. His daughters, Lizzy and Alma, are as pro-Confederate as he is. Lizzy here will earn the nickname the Maid of Winchester. Let's flash forward to June 1863. Lee is headed north. Ewell comes through. He realizes that he cannot leave Milroy in Winchester, so he attacks. Milroy has spent a lot of the winter building fortifications around the city. In fact, right behind where you are is Battery Number 6. There's a whole area out here that we'll talk about in a little bit. Milroy has this place well set up for defense. The 13th, the Saturday, the first day of fighting takes place on the south and east. Federals are able to hold their own. Early decides he's going to make a flanking move. Milroy saw it coming, and he sends Captain Morgan of the 12th Pennsylvania Cavalry with 2 companies on a reconnaissance up to the Pewtown Road, which is off to my left. It's now modern 522 if you come to visit here. That's the road they went to reconnoiter to see if they could find Confederates. Morgan returns to Milroy and says that he found nothing. He missed. Early leaves Gordon's brigade and brings 3 other brigades this way with Avery, Smith, and Hayes's Louisiana brigade. They sneak around far enough out so that Main Fort and Battery 6 can't see them. There's a ridge right over here, a low ridge. They come with a local guide from behind, and they hide there in the woods. Matter of fact, it's actually pretty funny because the men resting in the woods after the hot march see signs that order the woods to be taken down by order of General Milroy. Milroy's not popular with the citizenry, but this is not just about retribution. In West Point training, the men learn Vauban tactics. When you build fortifications, you need a clear space out in front for your artillery to work. That space is called a glacis. And I think that's what they were trying to build here. They just stopped short, so the Confederates hide in the shade. While the infantry is resting, the artillery is getting ready, and at 5 p.m., early orders that the guns open up, and it is a huge surprise for the Federals. Matter of fact, one Confederate artillerist writes,
"The surprise was complete, the distance not great, and the effect was overwhelming." Robert Stiles, Richmond Artillery.
And as that's the sending side, it definitely is working on the Federals. It's not just hitting this fort, it's rolling into Winchester. Confederate diarist Cornelia Peake McDonald, who's stuck in town, remembers.
It seemed as if shells and cannonball poured from every direction at once. Cornelia Peake McDonald.
This cannonading goes on for about 45 minutes. It's so heavy that Marcus Buck, who lives in Front Royal, 20 miles southeast of here, recorded in his diary hearing the fighting that evening. After about a 45-minute cannonade, it's time for the infantry. Hayes's Louisiana Tigers are first, and in the front wave is the 9th, 7th, and 6th Louisiana. The 6th sweep through this farmstead past the Yonley house. They remember the women as they go by. The assault is quick and heavy, and in a very short amount of time, Joseph Kiefer and the 110th Ohio are pushed back. The 116th, the Federals are generally falling off of this position, and Milroy realizes Winchester is falling. He must retreat north. Well, those Yonley sisters are going to immediately spring into action. The Confederate is successful, but no attack is bloodless. This house becomes a Confederate hospital, and Lizzy earns the name the Maid of Winchester. She spends the night serving and helping wounded and dying Confederate soldiers around the house and in the bedrooms. You can come to Winchester. You can see the remaining fortifications. Main Fort and Battery 6 are gone, but Star Fort and Fort Collier are here. You can see the house here. You can visit the other sites on the 2nd Winchester battlefield. You can follow in the footsteps of the Confederates. You can visit downtown and see where civilians survived in town. You can look at federal fortifications and buildings used as hospitals on the federal side, as well as this one. There's so much history here. There's so much to enjoy in Winchester. We hope you come check it out.